The man was planning to pull off $1 million scam at the bank. He handed a rope to the bank's valet, but when the valet walked out a few minutes later, he was stunned to see that the other end of the rope was tied to a luxury yacht. At the same time, Danny walked into the bank manager's office. He said he wanted to list his company, Chad Corporation, on their bank's exchange. The two managers had never heard of that company, so they didn't believe him. In fact, they were about to kick him out. That's when they noticed Danny's luxury yacht outside. Impressed, the managers invited Danny to stay for an expensive dinner. Danny got himself a free meal, but that was just the beginning. His real goal was to bankrupt the bank. It all started with an old man the day before. He had made a bet with Danny, claiming he could bite his own eyeball. Danny didn't believe it and wagered everything he owned. Then the old man popped out his glass eye and won the bet. Later, the old man approached Morgan at a casino. He told Morgan that he looked just like his long-lost son and begged him to call him Dad just once. Morgan reluctantly agreed to make him happy. But after the man left, Morgan realized he'd been played too.
Excuse me, where are you going? Gonna pay for your dad's chips, yeah?
That same day, both men had been tricked by the same person. Robert later said the old man's name was James, and that his grandfather was once the greatest con artist in financial history. So the three of them, Danny, Morgan, and Robert, tracked James down. James revealed that his grandfather had been ruined by the federal bank at the height of his career, and had eventually taken his own life during trial. That's why he wanted revenge, and proposed that they work together to destroy the bank. Soon, they came up with a plan. Danny would pose as the CEO of a company and strike a partnership with the bank. Right before Chad Corporation went public, they'd manipulate the market to make its stock price skyrocket. That way, once it launched, Danny's assets would instantly double. Seeing Danny flaunt his wealth and arrogance, the bank executives decided to profit off him. The next day, they started dumping Chad Corporation stock like crazy, causing the price to crash, which, of course, was part of the plan. Later, Robert and James approached the same executives, pretending to be wealthy investors eager to play the market. The executives invested all their money into Chad Corporation, and then sold it off again, expecting to buy it back cheaper. But when the time came to buy, no one was selling. It turned out Robert had bought up every share the bank sold, and before that, James had signed a binding contract with the bank. If they couldn't deliver Chad Corporation stocks by the next trading day, they'd owe him massive penalties. With no other choice, the executives paid the damages. That's when Danny walked back in. The managers finally realized the whole thing was a setup. Furious, one of them grabbed James by the collar, but James suddenly collapsed, thinking he'd killed him. Robert calmly said, "Pay us $200 million, and we'll pretend this was just an accident." Desperate to stay out of prison, the executives signed the check. But after he left, James still wasn't moving. They checked, he had no pulse. James was dead. Panicked, they didn't dare take the check with them. Yet something felt off. When they rushed back to the bank, both James and the check were gone.